started seeing that warm weather make its way in as we started getting into the weekend, especially away from Lake Superior. And that's going to continue as we go today and over the next few days. And we're going to start seeing rain chances. We see a little bit today, but it's going to really pick up as we get to Wednesday. And that's going to continue and persist even into the weekend. And we're going to be back to fall temperatures as we get later into the week. So we're not going to be staying at the summer heat as we go later on. But if you look here at those dense fog advisories, we do have that dense fog, especially around the Twin Ports. And we have dense fog advisory in place until 9 a.m. today. So right when the show ends, might see some extension around the Twin Ports particularly. Hopefully it starts to go away because we're going to see it start to burn off and probably a good amount of dispersion because the winds are going to really pick up out of the south. And we see further west you are, that's where we're going to expect the stronger winds. Some gusts getting over 20 miles per hour at times out of the south. So it's going to be a pretty breezy day. And with that winds, we're going to have some beach hazards around the western head of Lake Superior as we can see some rip currents and some dangerous waves. So plan on going to the beach, just be aware of that. But let's now turn to those temperatures because that's really how we're going to tell it's going to feel summer-like because it is going to be getting into the 80s today for a lot of us, upper 70s as well. And if you're by Lake Superior, a little bit cooler, but so we're going to have that lake breeze keeping coastal breeze cooler, but for the rest of us, it is going to continue to feel like summer, and that's going to continue to be the case as we go into Tuesday, even for coastal communities, as it looks like that lake breeze is not going to be hanging in there through Tuesday. So overall, it is going to be quite warm, and you got to include some of that humidity too, because dew point's going to be pushing into the 60s, maybe low 70s as we go today and tomorrow, and you'll see that it's going to make the heat index push up really high. I mean, we're going to be looking at into the upper 80s for the heat indices again up there, maybe even pushing into the low 90s. As shown there, Siren 89, so low 90s might be possible. So it is going to feel, this is going to be pretty warm to hot even for summer standards. So we're halfway through September. It is going to be very warm indeed. But if we're looking at a satellite radar, it's not going to be fully dry as we are going to see some showers and storms. We are seeing some showers making their way into Aiken County and developing, and that's going to probably continue to be the case as we go forward. It's going to be part of this narrower band that's going to be going from south to north, and it's going to continue pushing east as we go through the day. Again, some showers, some storms, but if you're in northern Minnesota, some of those storms can be severe. Large hail and damaging winds will be possible for far northern Minnesota, so something to keep an eye on as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. And if we're looking here at a radar forecast, after a pretty quiet Tuesday, we'll notice Wednesday it is going to pick back up. We're going to have a system making its way in out of the southwest, and it's going to try to push its way in. So we're going to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms starting Wednesday. And this is going to continue all the way up to this weekend as this system just hangs around. It's not going to be moving anywhere. So even though we're not going to be seeing widespread rain constantly from Wednesday through the weekend, we're going to continue to see those rain chances for some showers and thunderstorms, just general instability caused by this cutoff low that's going to be hanging around all the way. Look at Sunday. We pulled this out to Sunday, so it's going to be one to hang around for a bit before info finally start to move on out of here. And this is also going to impact the temperature because after really feeling like summer as we start off this week, it's going to cool down. So it's not going to get real chilly outside, but it's going to feel like fall once again, with highs going to be into the 60s, low 70s for most of us. Friday looking like the coolest day. Again, most of us in the 60s. Looks like the warmer temperatures further south. By Lake Superior might be a little cooler, maybe low 60s into the upper 50s as we're going to have that easterly wind. But even though we're going to be cooler towards the end of the week, it looks like as we move forward, the 8 to 14 day outlook, which really takes us out for the second half of September, beyond the end of this week, it is going to be on the warmer side once again. So it looks like most of September feeling like pretty warm outside of the start of September, which was actually quite cool for us. That's where we saw some of those freezing temperatures. But if you look at our 7-day forecast, yep, it is going to be warm for today and tomorrow before we finally start to cool down. And we're going to continue to see rain chances stick around the Northland as well.